Jungkook is a super rich college dude who insulted you in public for being poor. And now, in order to seek your revenge, you are planning to gold dig Jungkook. To watch the previous parts of this video, please check out the playlist titled Revenge. It was another day at work. All dressed up in my black sports bra and high-waisted leggings, I was on my way to the gym. As I was about to push open the door, I felt someone tap my shoulder. Instead of seeing my manager as I expected, my eyes landed on the striking green eyes of jeon Jungkook. Jungkook? Yes, what? I mean, what are you doing here? I'm here to work out. But, you don't normally come here. Well, you did one time for that boxing lesson, which you randomly ran out after I touched you. Before I had a chance to interrogate him further, the door to my boss's office suddenly swung open. Oh, wonderful. You must be Mr. Jeon Jungkook, she said, stopping in front of Jungkook with a bright, warm smile. Yeah, I am. YN was a personal trainer you wanted, right? You did say on the phone you specifically wanted the blonde girl who teaches boxing. I was shocked because there was no way Jungkook would ask for me on request. I immediately turned my head towards Jungkook and stared at him with questioning eyes. Jungkook quickly broke eye contact and kept staring at the floor. Oh wait, I was supposed to keep that a secret, wasn't I? My boss said as she slapped a hand over her mouth. Jungkook's eyes deadened as he looked back at her. This made the situation so funny, and I bit my lip to contain my laughter. No wonder Jimin had a crush on her. She was awesome. I really am sorry. If it makes you feel any better, I think it's wonderful that you are actively pursuing your crush. Good for you. I let out a loud snort which I poorly tried to cover with a cuff. Well, I hope you two have a good class, she said before leaving. As soon as she walked a safe enough distance away, I burst into laughter. What? Nothing. I just find it cute that you asked for me on request. Would somebody like to admit that a certain girl might have grown on them? Perhaps enough for them to want to spend extra time alone with them? I teased as I gave his chest a playful poke. You are a tolerable acquaintance, not my friend, and I only asked for you because I didn't want the effort of interacting with a stranger. I laughed and quickly pushed through the doors to catch up with him. So, are you ready to start? Or should we chat a little longer about your extremely deep obsession with me? I'm going to go with the option that involves less of your talking. So, let's start already, he said sarcastically. I couldn't help but smile even wider at his moodiness. Okay, first we need to warm up with some stretches. You can copy mine or you can do some of your own. It's your choice. You should keep your body square and you shouldn't push your weight too far forward, I explained softly as I put my hands on his abs and angled him in the right direction. You are always looking for excuses to touch me, aren't you, YN? He teased, his eyes shimmering with amusement. That's a smart talk from a boy who is desperate to spend time with me that he shows up at my workplace. Am I right? Jungkook frowned and muttered something. Now, on to the next stretch. Standing with my legs far apart, I bent over and reached for my toes. I straightened myself and looked back at Jungkook in confusion. For some reason, his eyes were hanging rather low down on my body. As soon as Jungkook saw me, he snapped his eyes back up to mine and looked extremely guilty. Jungkookie, did you get a good look at my butt? Or would you like me to bend over again? I don't know what you're talking about, he said quickly before breaking eye contact. Well, I didn't mean to. It's just, let's get on with the session. I couldn't help but smile at how flustered he was. Alright, let's start. What do you want to start with? Weight training? Cardio? Abs? Let's start with weight, I guess. Finally, Jungkook decided to start with the bench press. I looked down with a confused smile. What the hell are you doing on the bench press without any weights? I don't need weights. I am bench pressing you, he said confidently. You want to bench press me? As in, you want to use me as your weights? That's literally what I said. So, are you getting on or what? He said impatiently. No, I'm not. Oh, come on, scaredy cat. What are you afraid of? Let me see. I'm afraid of my boss seeing me behave inappropriately. I'm afraid of getting fired. And, oh, relax. Your boss hardly seems like the professional type. And besides, if she says anything, I'll stick up for you and say I forced you into doing it. Is that a promise? Yes, fine. I promise I'll stick up for you. Okay, fine. So, how am I supposed to get on? Just sit on my lap and lay against me sideways. Wait, what? Your lap? Why do I need to be on your lap? Oh wait, sorry, I meant chest. That was a slip of the tongue, Jungkook said quickly. I looked up at Jungkook with humor-filled eyes. I'm starting to wonder if this is all an excuse to touch me up. I mean, you were looking at my butt earlier. Whatever, just get on. Alright, I will get on already. Turning around, I slowly lowered myself onto Jungkook's chest and laid the length of my body perpendicular to him like he told me. One of Jungkook's hands moved to support the center of my back while the other went to rest underneath my thighs in preparation to lift me. I cursed myself silently as little sparks of electricity ran up and down my skin at the points he was touching. He wasn't even touching my skin directly, so this was ridiculous. Watch where your hands go, I joked. You are really annoying. You know that already. Only for you, I teased. Anyway, are you ready? I suppose. Excellent. In preparation for the lift, I tensed my body up and crossed my arms over my chest to make myself more rigid. I felt the muscles in Jungkook's arms flex, and then seconds later, I was pushed high up into the air. Jungkook seemed to have nearly no trouble lifting me back down again, and I couldn't even lie. I was impressed. Jungkook repeated the motion and lifted me up and down for several reps. So, are we going to do this for the rest of our lives? Or are you going to put me down at some point? I joked. Well, I might let you down if you admit I'm an elite bench presser. Yeah, no. Well, then you are not getting down, Jungkook said as he lifted me back up again. Well, if I want a break, I will put you down and restrain you. Shouldn't be too hard, he said arrogantly. Are you trying to say I'm weak? I said, my blood boiling hot. Well, how many times have I successfully flipped you over my shoulder again? Once, I think. Or I think it was twice, Jungkook teased. Okay, this is officially over. I'm getting off. Wait, no, you haven't said the words yet. I tried to sit up, but before I could, Jungkook dragged an arm around my waist. The force of such caused me to twist around in his arms. and his arms gave way. I landed heavily on Jungkook's lap with a groan. Suddenly, my leg hit against the metal legs of the bench press chair. Damn! I cried as the pain in my knee started to pulsate. Oh damn, Boyan, are you alright? Jungkook said in panic. Oh damn, it's your knee. I'm such an idiot. I should have been more careful with you. Jungkook cursed, his eyes drowning with guilt. Relax, Jungkook, it's fine. I will leave. Come on, let's continue on with the lesson. No, sit, Jungkook ordered bossily. Grabbing my waist, he pulled me back into his lap to prevent my escape. My cheeks started to burn hotter than I even thought possible. I wasn't sure if it was because I was embarrassed or weirdly ignoring my racing heart. I gave him my most unimpressed look. Jungkook, no offense, but I'm not exactly enjoying this seating arrangement. Hush, just be quiet. Carefully, Jungkook started to roll the material of my leggings up my leg. What are you doing? Checking to see if your leg is truly fine or if you're lying like you mostly are. Are you calling me a liar? Jungkook didn't respond and continued to roll my legging until they were over my knees. Yes, Wayne, I'm calling you a liar. Look at your bandages. I was shocked in embarrassment as I took in the sight of my blood-soiled bandage that had severely soaked through. I texted you several times this week to ask if it had stopped bleeding, and you said yes every single time. So what the hell is this? Jungkook said, letting out a disbelieving laugh. Well, I might have stretched the truth a bit. A bit? It's literally still bleeding through this thick bandage. Alright. Maybe I did lie. But I was scared you would go all psycho kidnapper on me again and force me to go to the hospital. Look, I know, I'm being annoying. I just. His eyes flickered around the room as though searching for the right words. You what? His eyes fell on me again. I just worry a lot, Jungkook said softly. From the way Jungkook was looking at me and the warmth of his arms around mine, I soon forgot where I was. My eyes drifted over his soft mouth, his sharp cheekbones, and lastly, those striking eyes of his. Strangely, this time when I looked at him, I didn't see the rich stupid who had insulted me at the club. I'm not sure what came over me, but I reached out for his hand and held it. I promise you, Jungkook, I'm fine, I whispered. Jungkook looked down at our hands together on his lap, and he smiled. The sight of it filled me with this strange foreign kind of feeling. I couldn't decide if I loved the feeling or feared it. Suddenly, I came to my senses and ripped my hands away from his. Clearing my throat sharply, I threw myself out of Jungkook's lap at the speed of life. I quickly rolled down the material of my leggings before facing him. Now that we are finished with your weird bench pressing ego display, we can finally get on with the lesson. It wasn't an ego display, it was a display of skill, Jungkook argued as he rose to his feet. Sure, it was. I laughed. Whatever, Jungkookie, let's get on with the lesson. Yellow card, I yelled out loudly as I gave Jungkook a rather heavy sucker punch to the shoulder. Ouch! What the hell is wrong with you? He cried. Oh my god! How many times do I have to tell you? We are playing the yellow card game. The rules are simple. If you spot a yellow card, then you punch the other player in the arm as quick as you can. I explained in frustration. Yeah, and after you explained the rules of that stupid game, I distinctly remember telling you I didn't want to play. That's because you are a killjoy. After our session together at the gym, Jungkook had offered to drive me home. I was hoping we could stop off at my flat first. Do you mind? Jungkook asked as he gave me a cautious look. His words caught me by surprise, as I was expecting him to want to get rid of me as quickly as possible. Nah, I don't mind, but why? I figured we could get the last of our project done. And well, he coughed awkwardly. I have got nothing to do today, so I thought you might be able to help me kill some time. A highly amused smile stretched over my face. Let me see if I have got this right. You want me to hang out with you? Only because I want to finish the project. It's okay, Jungkook. You don't have to come up with excuses to hang out with me. I swear to you, it's only because of the damn project. Jungkook yelled out in frustration. Sure. This time, he didn't say anything and stared moodily out of the window. As much as he tried to deny it, we both knew that I was wearing him down and we were well on our way to becoming friends. And the scariest part of all was that a part of me really liked that. Well, this is the end of today's video. The next part will be soon uploaded. Thank you for watching. Bye.